So, how's everybody today? Checking on everything. How's it going? Friday morning. Oop, I lost 2 hours. Went from 24:14 to 24:12. There we go. Evidently, they haven't put on yesterday's. You guys did real good yesterday, but either that or on 366, I lost a bunch. So, anyways, up and down. Yep. So, anyways, we will post that up there. If I can figure out again where to go. They changed the things, you know, how you have the muscle memory to do things, and after so many times of doing things, you just automatically do that, and then they change it. And so, what have you got? A different way of doing things, and your muscle memory has no more meaning. So, let's see. Here we go. It's kind of like that thing where you know, one step forward, three steps back. That's kind of how we go, right? So total 24:12 this morning. So, hey, Greg, how you doing this morning? Sorry about that. I was lost in my post here. Just a second here. How you doing today? There we go. Well, you know, I'm okay considering. I, you know, been limping around here trying to protect this toe so that I can get back out in the field and get out there and start digging again. And I was loading up a load of scrap yesterday. I took 528 pounds of scrap metal, sold it yesterday, all my nails and cans and barbecues and things that I've been gathering up throughout the summer. Every time we'd go out, I just took about 2 months ago 340 pounds of scrap in when I took all the chairs that I redid and the easy ups that we found and everything. So now I've got, you know, half a ton almost of scrap this year that I've taken in to sell. And yesterday was pretty good. 528 pounds of scrap. I got $34.60. And lucked out. Somebody left a nickel in the change thing, so I got an extra 5 cents. That's pretty cool. So, anyways, I was loading up that scrap, and I've never really had any problems with my hips in any way while I'm digging or anything. And yesterday I threw my hip out. It popped out a joint and popped right back in. I'm going, no, I can't be doing that. Yep, pays a little bit for gas. That's true. So, kind of now I'm limping on both legs. my, but it's all right. I wasn't stove up this morning. I figured that after that I was going to be really, you know, messed up. Maybe pulled a tendon or something. But so far so good. Just sore muscle from where it popped out, and the joint's not even, you know, hurting or anything. So, first when it happened, I thought, oh, I bet you broke your hip. But anyway, went. That was loading the scrap, and then we went and emptied it and getting around to it. Helped me pull it all out of the truck and everything, and we got rid of it. And all's well that ends well, right? Yep. When you're getting older, you know, you still think up here that you're young. So now I've just got one more thing that I've got to be careful about. I've never had to be careful about my hips, you know, never had more than arthritis. And, but, you know, as you're getting older, the arthritis kicks in, and I went and had my hips scanned and my shoulders scanned and my wrists scanned and everything. And the doctor looked at me and said, "Yep, you're petrified." So, well, that's the way of the world, right? Well, we start out and everything moves properly, and then we end up and need an oil can to carry with us. So it makes you think, you know. I have never had a problem, had problems with my feet, but never my hips. So I've taken all kinds of things for the joints and everything. Just got to eat the right fats. That's the way to do it. And all that goes on as you get older. Can't eat this because of your stomach. Can't eat that because of your calcium. Can't eat that because of your cholesterol. Can't eat that because of the sugar. And what's left, right? Oh, well, I don't know. Uh, Everything drops off at day 366, you know, whatever you got a year ago. And I guess I might have got a few watch hours back a year ago, and got more watch hours then than now. So um, I didn't get enough to replace those that dropped off. So, because they're only counting back 365 days, and day 366 falls off. So, anyways, that's why I'm doing these lives to, pump it back up. But it seems that I might have been doing better just putting on the little short videos back when I first got my channel started. That's about when I started my channel. I started my channel in May, and it didn't start picking up until about now. So when I started really putting out a lot of videos. Well, thanks, Greg. I appreciate that. I know you do. And it's hard to pick who you want to watch and stuff. And I'm, just doing what I can, and I got to figure out something that people will like. That people seem to like my short, shorts well enough that, and I'm doing great on subs. My subs here, I'm where am I at here? Analytics. So my subs are at 2860 now. I'm crawling up towards 3,000 really nicely. So the subs are really doing well for me. The shorts are getting me subs, but they're watching my shorts. They're not watching the videos. So, and YouTube's pretty fickle about the watch hours. Yeah, I'll be there pretty quick, and 2860, and I'm climbing about 20 a day for the last month or two. October was my best month for subs. I think I gained in October. What does it say here? Let's see. Where am I at here? Subscribers in October. I've gained 1,127 subs in the last 90 days. So in the last 28 days, I gained 563, and just in the last 111. Hey, that's a good number, 111. So we did really good. They had a graph up here. I don't see it now. Where's that graph? My watch hours views dropped off because of me running out of remixes for my shorts and everything. Well, thanks, Greg. I appreciate that remark. So Anyway, got to figure out a way that I'm not taxing everybody out there, that it's more enjoyable to see what happens. I got this Tuesday, I'll be out hunting. My son and grandson are going to be here um, for a few days, and we're going to go out. At least one day, we're going to go out hunting. They're bringing their metal detectors, and they want to hunt with me. So that was what's scary about yesterday. Is I'm moving right along, getting my toe all taken care of, and everything's going fine, and then all of a sudden, I take the wrong step and just never know what's going to happen. You got to watch everything. I'm going to have to put myself in a bubble wrap case or something. I don't know. Yep, that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, he's 8 years old. Last year, or it was 2 years ago, I guess, when they were here, and he used my metal detector, and he was having a really good time. I guess no, it was last year. It was last year. Last year about this time. I think it's probably in September that they were out here, and he found some stuff in my front yard, and we went out to the lake and to the beach, and he had a really good time. He hunted with me, and he hunted with getting around to it. He went around doing surface hunting, like beachcombing with grandma. And so when we pick him up in Long Beach, we're going to go down to Huntington Beach, and just we're going to cut as wide a swath as we can with 3 metal detectors. It ought to be fun. See how long he lasts on the hunt. Oh, congratulations, Greg, great grandfather, huh? I got grandkids that are almost that age. You know, they're teens and early 20s, so you never know. Yeah, it's one of these days, probably here, that that happens. Become a great grandpa. Uh, Maybe not too soon. But anyway, kind of hobbling around here, making sure that I don't make things worse. But at least I wasn't, you know, all stove up and crippled this morning. I got up and everything's kind of normal, just sore. So that that's encouraging. And got lots to do this next week, and I don't want to be, you know, babying myself too much. I want to be out there having fun. Can't have any fun if you're on a crutch, or I've been on walkers and crutches and kneelies and peg legs, and when I lost my toe, I got a peg leg so that I kneel on the peg leg and walk and continue to walk. So well, I got you beat by one. I got 6 grandkids. So now this is our oldest son coming from Florida, and he's got our youngest grandson. So it's kind of a flip. So how's your tree limb situation, Greg? You get all those tree limbs cleaned up? That's a big job. You got a big piece of real estate there to be cleaning up the limbs from that storm. Well, that's good. Can you? Is a lot of it burnable? Do you have a fireplace there where you're at, right? You use fireplace or stove for heat. Good morning, Happy Chappy. How you doing? Yeah, one thing about the chair is a little less comfortable this morning. So cool. You've been flipping around on the channels, checking everybody out this morning. Walker Magnet, good morning. How you doing today? Sorry I don't have any coins to go through right now. I was going to go through some quarters, but I look for some errors. But after what happened yesterday, I'm kind of taking it easy, and I didn't get to that point where I could do that today. But I did get that scrap in yesterday. Took in like 528 pounds of scrap that I collected from metal detecting and gathering in the parks, all the barbecues and all the grills, and a lot of scrap metal that I have been collecting, all my buckets of nails and all that. So made a whole 34 bucks. 34.60. So, but I was loading my scrap up and getting everything pulled around, took a wrong step, threw my hip out. Never had that happen before. just just popped out, and then I kicked my leg and it popped back in, and I thought, oh my goodness, I broke my hip. But nope, I'm still walking. I got up this morning, I wasn't stove up and just a little sore, from worse for the wear, I guess. But had still on both pegs, so doing good. Now I just have to worry about one more thing. When you get up and down off the ground, you know, like 300-400 times a day when you're out hunting, and you get down there and get back up, get down, get back up, and you think, God's blessed me with the ability to move forward and the mobility, and then all of a sudden just one thing, you know, happens and puts you off in a tizzy, and you think, well, now I can't do that for a while, and then all of a sudden another thing, and then they just pile up one on top of the other. But I think I'm gonna be okay. I just have to make sure I don't do anything stupid to throw it out again before the muscle tightens back up, because I think I stretched out a muscle or two. Well, things keep going this way, I'm be one of those guys that's sitting here telling you all my ailments, and I don't want to be that. Oh yeah, and I found the nickel. That's right, Craig. I got an extra nickel for my efforts, because somebody left a nickel in the change. Then when the change dropped down, and instead of 60 cents, I got 65. So, you know, that was a good luck thing, right? Yeah, I was counting them one time when I was hunting 6 hours and picking up every target, minimum 300 times a day. Get down on your knee and dig that hole. So, and I've got all the junk here to prove it. I got just all kinds of stuff. The, let's see. There's just in this one little thing. I'm cleaning out my things right here. There's this is in this one little tub here. There's a bunch of stuff. Here, there's like 50 holes I dug just right there. Just those little bitty things. Zipper pulls and screws, and so I'm going through all this stuff and throwing things away. These are my bag dumps. I dump my bag in here when I get things. When I found this buried in the sand, and it wasn't anywhere near some place that I could drop it off, but this looked like you know, it's got a tag on it. I don't know where it was. Might have been Dodge, but don't know what somebody was doing with a looks like a repair tag or a rent-a-car tag. Maybe it was a rental. I don't know. So, but it has the extra key here and probably works really good, but have no idea where to get it back to or how to get it back. So I'm gonna put it up online and see if anybody wants it. These things are, what, $800-900 for one of these things. Well, this is the third one I found. Two of them I turned into, like one to the Rangers lifeguard station at the lake, and one to the lifeguard station at the beach, and turned them in so that maybe if somebody called for it or something. I know I lost my fob, and all it is, it's not the alarm fob or anything, but it's fob to my car. And I was looking everywhere for it, and finally I remembered. I went to the post office box and got my mail out of the post office box, so I just took a chance. I went down to the post office. Sure enough, I dropped it there at the post office. I lucked out in finding it, so I know if I'm going to look for one, people are going to look for one. Hey, Kenneth Bird. Good morning. How are you doing? So I don't know whether those key fobs are programmable or they just fit, one fits all, or what. Appreciate you guys coming in. If you have to leave, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Anyway, some of you guys are young, some of you guys are not up there yet. Another 20 years, 30 years before you get up there to worry about joints. I sure appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with me. My watch hours went down by 2 after yesterday. I don't think we've got credit for all the watch time that you guys provided for me yesterday, but we'll see what happens today. I was kind of shocked that I went up over 2,400 and then dropped back down to, it's like I was telling Greg, one step forward, 2 steps back. I hope you guys got a cup of coffee. Yeah, that's the way I felt yesterday, Walker. I just my body said, "Hey, you aren't paying attention." It sure can make you pay attention real quick. All of a sudden, you're getting your wallet out saying, "Okay, I'm paying attention." I want to take this out. I'm going to find a rubber band and take this out and shoot it. Something I found on the I don't know how that works. Oh, it's got a switch on it. Yeah. Hey, look at that. Still works. So I guess you can find it in the dark that way. It's got a little light on it. So hook it on the rubber band right here, pull it back, and shoot it off, and then it flies. I used to have all kinds of things that were shot off when I was a kid. You'd take the you guys ever play with the little soldiers where you shot them up in the air with a rubber band and had a parachute? And if you wrapped it just right and you shot it up in the air, then the little parachute would open and your little army guy would float down. Yeah, I find these toys out. The kids got it great these days. They've got all these little toys that, you know, and they leave them. They just leave them out there for you to pick up. Hey, William. Good morning. How you doing today? So we're finding all kinds of things when we go out. I'm really getting, you know, I want to go out hunting so bad and getting rid of all of this stuff. And I'm like, in the last 2 months, I've gotten rid of near 1,000 pounds of scrap metal. And oh, you going on for Susie Q? Nice. We'll make sure that we pop in for a little while. Yeah. You know, it's something, Greg, I always wanted to do was go skydiving. And I just never got to it. Yeah, I think I've got something else here that I found that kids play with. Oh, I don't think I have it here. It's just a little disc shooter. We used to have pistols that you would put little plastic discs in, and it would shoot them. But now they've just got little things that looks like a clicker, you know, the cricket clicker. Just put the disc in it and push the back side of it, cocks it, and push the back side of it, shoots a disc out. Little single shot thing. I found several of those. I think they were party favors or something. So you're going for 2,000. What are you at now? Thing is, that's an expensive hobby too. Thanks for posting that up, Happy Chappy. Everybody can go to that. $1,566. Well, you got a ways to go to get to 2,000 there. Again, got 434. That's a good number to 434. That'll take you a while, even though you're at 1,566. That's a lot of jumps. At least your chute's reusable, right? How often do you replace your chute, Greg? You've replaced it twice so far? That's not bad. What's a chute cost? There you go. That's a good chunk of change. So tell me something. How on the chutes that you use the guidable kind now, the flyers where you can really fly and get in there. They're not. I don't think I've ever seen just the round chutes where people are just coming down in one spot. They're able to fly wherever they want to fly to, kind of like a glider, right? Your chutes are maneuverable. Now out here, I used to have a client when I was doing bookkeeping and taxes, that type of thing. I had a client that ran a skydiving school in Lake Elsinore, and that there's Lake Elsinore and Temecula area. You fly a wingsuit too? I was just watching somebody that they were out flying on a wingsuit, several of them, and they came back into the plane. They flew up and then landed inside the plane. That was awesome to see. It's like, well, you're supposed to be jumping out of the plane, not jumping back into it, right? So anyway, the guy that ran that school out there in Lake Elsinore, that I used to go out there to collect his receipts and everything, and spend some time there. And they had like 4 different targets out there, and people were flying in, and when they would come down, they'd spin around in circles like their body would be out on the outer edge and their chute would be in the center, and they would just be winding around and around and coming down and doing all kinds of flips and stuff. That was even back, you know, when was that? 97, 96, 97, 98 in there. I've watched those guys in the wing suits jump off the cliffs and fly along the ground. That that looks like a adrenaline rush altogether. There, it's like riding a motorcycle downhill. Well, you're not too old if you can still do it. How many jumps a year you got to do? Well, if you got 434 to go, that'd have to be 5 years. You'd have to do it at least uh, 75 or 80 jumps a year. Yeah, it probably is safer than a motorcycle. You don't have to contend with traffic that much, right? Yeah, that's I don't even want to think about what that would cost with fuel the way it is now. So when you jump, you have a fuel cost, right? The more people you go with, the lower the cost, right? They have a season pass for that. Gotta say, I really appreciate you guys hanging out and chatting with me. All I'm doing is trying to figure out what to say. That's all? $20 a jump? That's not bad. You know, that's a hamburger, fries, and a Coke. You want to relate it to food? Uh, it's more expensive to go to a movie. You know, 36 people. So how any of those group jumps where you jump together and do those aerobatics? I was gonna hang glide one day, and oh, I read that wrong. It's not 36 people; it's 35 people. But I was gonna hang glide one day, and we got up there and put the hang gliders together. We were gonna go hang gliding, and the first guy that went off, uh, the wind picked up, and we uh, just out of nowhere, and I was relying on everybody else that were the hang gliders that were taking us out, and I figured they knew the weather and everything, but the weather picked up and the wind came up, and there was several gusts of wind all at one time. And the first guy that went off, it just flipped him around and he crashed his hang glider. Just was kind of a freak thing, and so everybody took their hang gliders apart. And I didn't get to go. Wow, that's a lot of people. That's got to go past that song. I got. So, that's really neat to see. I don't know how many people. I watched that one day, but it looked like the cloud was polka dotted. You know, they came through the clouds, and there wasn't a real thick layer of clouds, but they were on top of the clouds, and then they came through the clouds, and it looked like the clouds were polka dotted up there. It was pretty cool. I couldn't count them all. There might have been 100. That's above the averages, right? 2 times. Generally, after you've done that once, you don't want to do it again. Well, that's why you carry a second one, right? You wear a second parachute in case the first one messes up. But I've seen guys jump with just one parachute. I just popped my hip out, and I don't want to do that again. I'm losing toes as I go, but I want to keep my legs. I want to keep. It's really nice of you guys hanging out. At least my chat's not going wild where I can't read it. I'm glad you did. It's hard to find. I was just telling you guys a couple days ago that I was depressed because I'm losing my endocrinologist for my diabetes, and he's retiring, so I've got to pick up a new doctor, and getting a good doctor, especially a good surgeon, is hard to do. I've had both. I've had good surgeons, and I've had choppers, and the ones that want to save your limbs don't want you to have your foot cut off or your leg cut off or your arm cut off. They do really great jobs. But then there's the guy that just gets paid to go in there and say, okay, this has got to come off and cut it off. We're not going to try and save it. Yeah, good surgeons. If you get a good one, gotta keep them around for as long as possible. When music got loud, there's a couple of songs on there that go way loud. I don't know why. Sorry about that. Character Alley put me together that really nice playlist, but a couple of them that are classified rock and roll, they get a little loud. Good for listening, but not for talking. If you just go along for the ride and you don't have to have control, you don't have to remember the things you have to do to control everything, that would probably be a good way to go. That'd be cool to watch. That'd even be interesting to have a video watching you put your chute back in the bag, back in the pack, to see how it's folded and everything. Because I know you got to make sure all your cords are all lined out properly and everything. And I think I've seen one other person fold up a parachute, but they didn't show it really well. You know, it was just kind of at a distance, and so it'd be interesting to see how you pack one up close up. Let's see here. You've had some pretty good finds here lately, Greg. Now that would be cool to watch. Even do you wear a GoPro when you dive? That'd be interesting to see too. What happened to my music here? Huh. Lost my music. Got to go back in and. There we go. So, what do we? What are we planning? I'm not planning anything. So, except on Tuesday, tomorrow I'm going to be dumping my electronics, all my computers and all of our old electronics like direct TV receivers and stuff like that that I've got that's been hanging around for a long time. Don't know why I've been hanging on to them because they don't work anymore, and I'm not going to do anything with them, or not able to do anything with them. So I'm going to get rid of those tomorrow. The electronics fair, I think, at the high school. So I'm going to dump those off. So I'm going to get my two-wheeler out, my little furniture mover thing to move all the electronics to the car so I don't be walking carrying anything heavy. You know, getting rid of stuff, just making mention to getting around to it. This morning I've gotten rid of 1,000 pounds of metal almost, and I don't know how many garbage cans that I filled up with just stuff that cutting up wood and trimming back plants and just taking the garbage out, that things that got destroyed by weather sitting out in the yard, just filling up the garbage cans. And several weeks I've been doing that since I've not been hunting. And if you really look at it, you can see that there's a difference. But when you just glance over it, it doesn't look too much different than it did before. Never did look, like a dump. Everything was stacked and everything, but it kind of got to where just didn't want to look at it anymore. And I'm becoming the minimalist, where min- minimalize everything. I want to have the minimum of everything. I don't want to have things where I think, oh, I can do something with that and then never do anything with it, you know. So I'm always thinking, oh, I can make this, I can make that, but then I don't get around to it. I got too many other things that take precedence. So if I've got something else that's taking precedence over things that I think I might do, then the things I think I might do, they should really go. You know, they should really go. I know some of you guys got me on there just listening to me, but you got to talk because I'm not able to entertain that much without something to talk about. So now that would be really some cool videos if you took some videos of your jumps and packing your chute and everything, Greg. That would be some cool videos to watch. You can make shorts out of those things too, you know. And I think the landings would be the best, you know, because that's the last few feet are the fastest that you move, right? Even though you're going the same speed all the way down, the last few feet seems to just pop up on you. It's the way it looks like it would be anyway. My chat go away? Nope. I had breakfast. My stomach's saying, feed me, but I had breakfast. Oh, your phone died? Sorry about that. I know how that goes. On Monday, I couldn't even get connected to the internet with the iPad, and it just threw me way off. So, anyway, what I was saying was you should do videos if you wear a GoPro, shoot your jump. The last few seconds of the jump would probably be the most exciting. Having never done it, I'm only assuming that you're falling at the same speed all the time, whether you got your chute open or not, and you get closer to the ground. The closer the ground gets, the faster it seems that you're going. I'm pretty sure that's the way my brain would think anyway. So that would be a real exciting short, just the last few feet of your dive. The GoPros are pretty neat. Um, you don't know how to get video on your channel? Well, yeah, if you doing a video, if you've got, you have to have the computer as well, unless you can just shoot something on your phone like you do your shorts for metal detecting. Those are easy enough, right? But the upload and download and the editing and everything to do videos can get quite hair-raising. First you have to have your device, and then you have to have a computer, and then you have to have a program for editing and a program for uploading and downloading, and you'd have to see video. See video? What's that? Is that like a tape, or is that a disk drive? Is that you record onto a disk? Should be able to. You have to get a program for your computer that, and a card for your computer that will allow you to transfer video. The camcorder, it still records on tape or on a DVD or digital. Because you should be able, if it's digital, you should be able to upload that onto a computer pretty easily. Yeah, you do have to have a capture card. Most of the computers, if you buy a computer that has all that in it already, the video card is a capture card nowadays. When I first started with video editing, you had to have a capture card and a video card, and you had to have an RS-232 transfer, and you had to have a lot of different things to capture your video onto the computer and then digitize it and everything, because it was from actual video camcorders and stuff. And oh, it was a mess. And then after you got all of that and spent all that money to make your computer a video editor and try to make movies and transfer movies in, then good old Gates would come out with a new Windows program, and then none of your hardware was compatible with your software. So all of a sudden, all that money you spent on hardware just disappeared. It's like it wasn't worth anything. Nowadays, when you buy a computer, it's all inclusive, so that you can just upload right straight from your phone or from your recorder, and then with a few programs like Adobe or an editing program. There's several different kinds out there. That just a program will do, and the computer comes with the right hardware, and you're not losing all your hardware all the time, but still it can get pretty monotonous keeping up with the changes, and every time they do an upgrade you got to relearn everything, you know, make sure that, just like YouTube just did to us here now, in order to get to your account on YouTube you got to, instead of just going in and clicking on your icon where it used to be up in the upper in the upper right hand corner, now you got to go down to the bottom right hand corner and click on you, and then to get to your channel you have to click on your name instead of being in the channel, so you got an extra click, and then you can go in to manage your videos, but you got an extra click, and it took me a minute to figure out what they'd done. You know, I couldn't figure out how to get into my account there for a hot minute. Or you'd have to have it, your tapes transferred to digital. If you there's places that you can go. You have to look up to see if there's one where you can take your tapes in, and they'll put them on a USB drive for you. They'll digitize them, your videos, and then put them on a USB drive, and then you can take them off the USB drive and put them on your computer, and then you can transfer them through YouTube. But there is a lot more to it than just being there and doing that, right? So hey, T-Rep. Good morning. You finally wake up? BC Treasurer, good morning. Got you northerners down here. All the way to the back, BC. You were watching Jason? Cool. Oh, we were just talking. All the exciting stuff we already talked about. You know how that goes. I'm hoping I don't need a caregiver. Got to be up and doing what I do. Found, where'd you find jade? 100-pound chunk of jade. Whoa. I'd like to find a chunk of jade, except you can't find it with a metal detector. Got to be digging, hunting with your eyes there. I don't, other than it being green, I wouldn't know what to look for in jade. I went out hunting opals, and I went out hunting garnets, but never found any jade. Thought about going to a crystal field, but yeah, I guess there is red jade and yeah, different colors of jade, huh? You always think of jade being green, though. Is that oriental jade mostly green jade? Yeah, so that'd be fun though. Go someplace too old for prospecting. Metal detecting suits me because it's something that I can do, and it's mostly on flat ground, on the beaches and on the in the parks and stuff. Get on rocky ground, and then that's when I get a little rocky. They measured jade in tons. They find that much of it. That's the way they measured scrap too. I only took in 528 pounds of scrap yesterday, but they pay you by the ton. So if you don't have a ton, you don't get very much. Drive right up to the claim and dig. It was on flat ground. I could do that. We almost went hunting for agates. Went to visit my son in Wisconsin, and they've got some what we call agates, but my son was telling me that they back there they call them agates, agates instead of agates. And so we almost went to an agate field to look for agates, but evidently this particular field was where they actually dump a lot of gravel, and in that gravel is a lot of agates. That would have been fun to look at, but it had already been picked through when we got there, and the fresh dump wasn't coming for a while. 4 hours. Well, that's not a bad drive. I've gone further for things. But still, that's a long drive to go just to dig. Unless you're going to be there for a couple of days. You got a pickup truck so you can haul that ton of agate or jade. Hey, Fat Magnet Guy. Someone new. Thank you for dropping in. Who shared me out to bring a new watcher here? I'm going to give you a wrench there, Magnet Guy, so that you can check out the other channels if you don't know them. So we've got a couple of really good channels in here, and got a couple of really good followers that have been giving me a lot of watch time and are so much appreciated. So nice to have you come in and see us. Not new, just been busy. New to me, that Magnet Guy. I might have seen you. I don't recognize your name. I would recognize that name. But you're new to me, so welcome. Hey, Tom Moore. Good morning. How's everything going with you? And I'm glad you're not so busy today that you can come in and say hi. That Magnet Guy, appreciate that. Don't forget, if you have to leave, hit that thumbs up before you do so I know you were here. So, I got that much. I really like to watch the magnet fishers. I watch the fisher. I used to watch Monterey Magnet Man when he was a magnet fisher, but now he's turned over to metal detecting mostly. That's true, BC. If you expect the unexpected, then it becomes expected. Thank you, Greg, for being here. Thanks for talking. Hey, I can't wait to see that video you make. You can make that on your phone and download that easily enough and show us how you fold up your chute. That'd be a cool video to watch. Take care, Greg. Have a great day. Stay safe. Fly well. So what would you do with the jade boulder? Carve a big dragon in it? Or what makes it worth more? Raw boulder shaped, or well, thanks for stopping in, Fat Magnet Man. Everybody check out Fat Magnet Man when you got a minute. See if I can wait a minute. There we go. Looks like he's got a fun channel to look at. Anyway, when you get a chance, check out Fat Magnet Man. Appreciate you guys hanging out here and coming in. Do you do carving, BC? And since I've never had a big chunk of jade, is it easy to carve like soapstone, or is it hard to carve like granite? Want to find what YouTube channel? Okay. And I really think everybody that's hanging out, I really do. It's hard to carve, and it's hard to carve. Don't want cracks or inclusions. Well, that's hard to find a piece of anything that doesn't have occlusions in it, right? Got some anomalies in everything. So, guess you'd have to work on it, but it'd be hard like granite, huh? Oh, a channel that cuts the jade boulders. I've got a son that works in a quarry, cuts rocks, but I don't think they find any jade in the quarry. Just mainly rocks for building walls and things like that. I've done some rock carving. I've tried a little bit of everything: wood carving, rock carving, uh, modeling with clay and stuff like that. Just a little bit of everything. Never really fantastic at anything. But it makes you wonder how all of those carvings got done, and all of those jade carvings, and even the stone carvings and things that, because even with the tools, I had a cold chisel, you know, the chisels that I got a hold of were some of the hardest chisels there were, and I was trying to do a stone carving and could barely chip the stone. I mean, it just took forever, pound and pound and pound, and trying to make one significant dent in the stone that I was cutting. And and then you just take soapstone and you have the right knife and you can carve up soapstone, but you're trying to see what it takes to cut marble or granite and everything. And you wonder, how did these guys do it? How did Michelangelo do those marble carvings that he did? You know, uh, how did they have the right tools to make that when you've got some of the best hardened steel that you can get your hands on, and it barely makes a chip in the stone? It makes you wonder how thousands of years ago how they made the carvings that they do. Well, banana peels aren't bad for you. I used to have a friend that ate bananas that way. Just he just wash off the banana and eat the whole thing, peel and all. Never understood how he could do it because to me the peel's bitter like alum. Hey, Bad Idea Labs. Thanks for popping in. Welcome to the house today. Now you guys missed the uh, explanation of what happened to me yesterday. I was loading up my scrap, and I loaded up like 528 pounds of scrap into my Suburban yesterday, and getting around to it helped me out, helped me unload it and everything. But while I was loading it, I stepped wrong and popped my hip out. I've never had my hip pop out before. I've popped my knuckles out, and I think I even popped out my elbow one time. But I've never popped out a hip, and I felt like I'd been hit by a sledgehammer. Somebody come up behind me and just smacked me with a sledgehammer, and I kicked my leg, and because when it happened, my leg just kind of accordioned, popped up. So I kicked my leg straight, and it popped back in. And this morning I wasn't really stove up. I thought I was going to be. I thought I was going to be crippled this morning because popping it out, maybe the tendons, pulled a tendon or muscle, but muscle's a little sore, but I'm doing pretty good other than that. Yeah, that's one of the things that is bothering me about that, is because I stepped wrong, my hip went out, and now I've got to watch how I step, because if I step wrong, then I might just go down, and I don't want to do that. That's for sure. So I'm taking it a little easy the next couple of days, but on top of me taking it easy for my toe and everything, but still, even with me trying to heal my toe, I was still trying to get some stuff done, and not hunting out, spending 6-8 hours a day hunting, but getting some stuff done around the house. But now I don't even want to really try to get anything heavy done, because I did that yesterday. Now I'm leery about carrying anything or lifting anything. So yeah, that's the scary part about when you get up in age, and then all of a sudden something like that happens. You never thought about it, because like I was telling everybody before, getting up and down off the ground 300, 400 times a day, when you're hunting, you go down to dig a hole and get back up, and if you can't do that, then it's going to be weird, too weird. Vampire zombies. Uh, now you got one that eats brains and sucks blood. That's that's even scarier. So anyway, I'm gonna be out hunting next week though, and I'm hoping that everything's gonna be fine. So I still have to take in my electronics tomorrow. So instead of carrying all that out, I gotta get my two-wheeler out and haul that out to the car. So make it easier to carry. I'm not going to be carrying anything for a little while. So how you doing, Bad Idea Labs? How's everything where you're at? I got to write down where all you guys are at because you guys are all spread out every place. You got people on the East Coast, people in the North, people in the South, people in Chile, people in the UK. I haven't seen Jamie this morning. I talked, commented on his thing this morning, his ride, because he went for a ride this morning, but and he commented back, but I didn't see him here today yet. So he's probably watching that Jade. Yeah, you have. You need a state map and well, a world map. You can't have a state map because not everybody's in the states, right? Take an ET to phone home. Yeah, you, beating up rock with your shin. Did you break up rock with your shin? Oh, thanks for posting that, T-Rep. I have to take a look at that. Seems like everybody's having little problems lately. Shins hurt. Well, stubs. No shins, you got stubs. That's why I can't get in the rocks and the boulders anymore. If I can't even walk on flat ground now without popping out my hip, I'm going to be in real big trouble. I stayed out of the rocks because of that, because I knew my footing. I lost my mountain goat footing a long time ago. Tony. Okay. Out loud, huh? You're laughing out loud. Okay. Okay, BC. I heard that a long time ago, Eileen missing one leg. That's true. You have to keep yourself entertained if you got cabin fever. At least you got a good sense of humor about it. So, BC, what's written on Frankenstein's monster's grave? Rest in pieces. Here lies 12 guys. That's a good one, too. So, you guys stacking up the wood, getting ready for the winter now? Just about that time, isn't it? Oh, yeah? So, you got snow. Cool. Literally, cool. You've got the fireplace going and it's 61 degrees? You don't need a fire for 61, but you can be comfortable, right? Might as well stay comfortable. I'm thin now too. I've never been this thin since I was in 8th grade. I've never weighed, I think I weighed 160 pounds, 65 pounds in 8th grade. And I weigh 160 now. So I haven't, from the time I was in high school, I weighed close to 200 pounds all my life. I was at 200 pounds or over from, well, actually, when I graduated high school, I was about 187 or something like that because I'd lost some weight. But while I was in high school, I had gotten up to like 200 pounds. And then from the time I've been 21, I've been more than 200 pounds. And now for the last 2 years, I've been under 175. It's way different for me. I didn't think I could get down below 185 either. But if anybody wants to lose weight, that new Monjaro for diabetics will take the weight off of you. That's for sure. Kills your appetite. You know, I apologize, Bad Idea Labs. Joe, I haven't been on your site in a little while. I got to do that today when I get some downtime after I get off here. I've got to load up my car with all my electronics and everything. David Carlisle, how you feeling this morning, buddy? Good to see you. So as soon as I get a minute, I'm going to go and check out your site again. Check out your channel. So you guys have been really great, just sitting and talking and giving me some watch time. I'm hoping it'll go up. I went down 2 hours today. I woke up this morning and I lost 2 hours today. I don't think they added yesterday's live where all you guys hung out with me. So I must have, day 366 must have been a better day for me a year ago than this week has been. But a little bit at a time, one step forward, 2 steps back. But you guys have been great. You're awesome people, y'all are. Got to get some content going though. Got to find something entertaining. Don't want to fall down on my job here. Halloween's over, so no more Halloween decorations to go find. I found some really good ones, and then I found some really bummer, you know, really small decorations, but some of the bigger decorations were pretty cool. That last one on the day before Halloween, that one was pretty amazing. But yep, William, you're right. Your procrastinating is helping my watch hours immensely. So you can be as procrastinating as you want to be. I will never stop you. Never advise against it. Hey, there you are, Jamie. You must have been busy this morning. Been hanging out. I was told you were taking ET to phone home. So, good morning. Or good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you. And I'm going to have to get going in just a few minutes. You guys have been fantastic hanging out and talking with me this morning. Pray for me, and I'll pray for you. Keep everything going, you know. But be careful out there if you're up close to my age. Don't take any wrong steps. Keep your shins away from the boulders. And maybe we should say we can't go rocking and rolling anymore. That I've had a fabulous time just sitting here chatting with y'all. Now I got to go to work, and it's going to be slower today. I'm going to be nursing that hip, so I'm not going to be just hauling things really fast. You're pure muscle with a lot of fat. I got no fat anymore. Look at that. Look at that hand. I never thought I would have hands that look like that. Even the fat in here has gone away. Still got a good strong hand, but just looks weird to me. Never thought that, as a matter of fact, my son was mentioning not too long ago that my hands didn't look old, but now I think they look old. Just because you lose weight. And I never did get over 3. I got to 275, and that was as big as I got. Now you lose 1% muscle, but you also lose 5% of your brain every 10 years. So got to be careful with that. So you guys, it's my time. So I really appreciate you guys. God bless you all for being who you are, and stay safe, stay well. Later, Gators. Let's hunt.